There is one law you must obey if you want to shift your reality fast. Neville Goddard called it the law. He said, imagination creates reality. He said, assumption, if persisted in, will harden into fact. If you get this one law, your money, your relationships, your health, and your whole life can change in a way that feels almost unfair. And if you ignore it, you can watch 1,000 videos, do 1,000,000 techniques, and still feel stuck. Today, I want to make this law so simple, you will feel it in your bones. This can be the video that makes everything finally click for you. This is the thing you were looking for. The law I'm talking about is Neville Goddard's law of assumption. Very simple words. Most people hear it and say, yeah, assume it, I understand. No. If you really understood it, your life would already look different. Neville said, change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. That is huge. That one law, the law of assumption, is this. What you assume to be true of yourself and your life, and what you accept as already done in your inner world, will harden into fact in your outer world. Not might, will. This is life-changing. If you really obey this law, your reality has to shift. It has no choice. I'm going to share an actual money situation from my own life that showed me this law is real in a way I could not ignore. But first, I want you to feel how this law actually works under everything. Think about it like this. Right now, you have a quiet story running in your mind about money, love, your body, your future. You don't even think about it most of the time. Maybe your quiet story is, I never have enough. Things always go wrong. Money is hard. No one picks me. You don't say it out loud, but deep down you feel it. Neville Goddard said, feeling is the secret. That quiet feeling, that quiet story, is your assumption. That is the law you are obeying right now, without knowing it. And life just mirrors it back. Because the world is yourself pushed out. So if your inner story is, I am always behind, your outer life will keep giving you behind moments. Bills come at the wrong time, people pay you late, jobs don't call back. You think, see, this is just my luck. But it's not luck, it is law. The law of assumption does not care if you are aware of it or not. It is always working in the background. You are always imagining something. Neville said, you are already that which you want to be, and your refusal to believe this is the only reason you do not see it. Your job is not to fight the world. Your job is to change what you are assuming about yourself. Here is where almost everyone goes wrong. They hear, imagination creates reality, and then they think it means, think a nice thought now and then, say some affirmations when you remember, and watch a video, get hyped, then go back to fear. That is not obeying the law. Neville did not say, a random thought creates reality. He said, assumption, if persisted in, will harden into fact. Persisted in. So the twist is this. It is not about how many times you visualized. It is about what you come back to as your normal, again and again. You can meditate for 10 minutes as rich, but if you spend the rest of the day feeling, I am broke, I am stuck, nothing ever works for me, that is the assumption you are obeying, and life must reflect that. Not because God is mean, but because this is the law. So the first big lesson is this. Your dominant inner feeling is the law you are obeying. To shift reality fast, you must shift your state, who you are being inside. Neville said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and live in the end. Not visit the end, live in the end. That is the one law in action. This is already huge. This alone can change everything for you if you let it. Now, I promised you a personal money story. Nothing wild, no lottery, no big business deal. Just something that any normal person can relate to. Because I want you to see how this law works with something as simple as, I need money now. So, here is what happened. There was a time I needed money fast. Not for a car, not for a mansion, just for normal life stuff. I had a bill coming that I could not push back anymore. It was around $300. Not a tiny amount, not huge, but it felt heavy. I kept checking my bank app. I kept doing the math. What if I move this here, pay this late? You know that feeling in your chest when you keep thinking, it's not enough? That was me. Then I thought of Neville Goddard. Feeling is the secret. There is no one to change but self. So I tried something very simple. At night, before sleep, instead of worrying, I closed my eyes and I imagined this tiny scene. I saw myself holding my phone. I heard myself say, "Oh wow, that was easy." And I felt this soft, relaxed feeling in my chest, like relief. I did not imagine the whole path. I did not think, it must come from this person or this job. I just imagined that it was done. The bill was paid. The money had already come. Neville said, "Dare to believe in the reality of your assumption and watch the world play its part relative to its fulfillment." So I dared, just a little. I did this for a few nights, for just a few minutes before sleep. I let that feeling of, it's already handled, be the last thing in my mind. Then what happened? Out of nowhere, I got money I was not expecting. A small refund I had forgotten about. Plus, someone paid me back for something I had already written off in my mind. Together, it covered the bill. I literally found myself holding my phone saying, "Oh wow, that was easy." The exact line I had imagined. Now, $300 is not a million, but that is the point. It was normal life, real worry, real relief. And it showed me, this law is real, and it works for the little things, which means it works for the big ones too. Here's the twist. Before that, I had tried all the normal ways from my old state. I was stressing over numbers. I was looking at my bank balance 10 times a day, and I kept saying, I don't see how this can work. That was my real assumption. I don't see how. I don't have enough. This is hard. And as long as I stayed in that state, doors stayed closed. I thought I needed more action, more grind, more logic. But Neville taught the opposite. He said, "Do not try to change the outer world. It is only a reflection." My outer problem was money, but the real cause was my inner state. I am the person who struggles with money. Once I shifted to, I am the person for whom this is already handled, then the world had to match that. So the lesson here is that you do not fix money by fighting money. You fix money by changing who you are in relation to it. Not I want money, but I am the one who always has enough. Neville said, to be conscious of being poor while praying for riches is to be rewarded with that which you are conscious of being, poverty. You cannot stand in I am broke and reach for I am rich at the same time. To obey the law, you must move into the state of the wish fulfilled first, inside. Then the world catches up. This is big. If you really let this in, this alone can change your life. Neville talked a lot about the state akin to sleep. He said that the moments before you drift off are the most powerful time to plant a new assumption. Why? Because when you are sleepy, your busy mind gets quiet. The part of you that says, yeah, but how, gets soft. Your deep mind, your subconscious, is open. Neville said, your subconscious mind accepts what you feel as true. So when you are falling asleep and you feel, I am safe, I am loved, I am provided for, I am already successful. Your deep mind accepts that as fact. It does not argue. And then, in ways you do not see, it starts moving everything to match that feeling. People get moved, ideas pop up, luck shows up. Neville Goddard said, the drama of life is imaginal, not physical. So when you lie in bed and you replay the same sad story, you are actually using the law against yourself. You are imagining your future as a repeat of your past. And your deep mind says, okay, if you say so. But if instead you use that sleepy time on purpose and you imagine, just for a few minutes, the feeling of your wish already done, you are now obeying the law. That is how you shift reality fast. Not by pushing harder outside, but by planting a new feeling inside, over and over, especially before sleep. There is one more trap here that slows people down. Many people think they are living in the end when they are actually just wanting really hard. They visualize, but inside they are still saying, I hope this works, or why is it not here yet? That is not the feeling of the wish fulfilled. That is the feeling of lack. Neville said, "You must make your future dream a present fact by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled." If you are still checking every day, "Is it here yet? Is it here yet?" you are telling your deep mind, "It is not here." Wanting something is not the law. Being it is the law. So the big twist is this. To obey the law of assumption, you must let go of chasing and drop into being. Not, "I really, really want this," but "This is who I am now." Neville said, "It is not what you want that you attract. You attract what you believe to be true." Wanting is fine. Wanting can wake you up. But wanting is not the power. Being is the power. Think about the difference. I want money. I hope money comes. I'm trying to get money. That is a person who is separate from money. Now feel this instead. I am the person who always has more than enough. I am the person who is taken care of. I am the person money flows to easily. Same topic, totally different inner position. One is reaching out, one is standing inside. Neville said, "Be still and know that you are that which you desire to be." Not that you will be it, that you are it. So when I say drop into being, I mean you quietly take that inner stand. This is me now. You may not know how, you may not see it yet. Your bank account might still show the old story. But inside, you move. You change seats. You stop sitting in the seat of the one who is trying, and you move into the seat of the one who already is. That is obeying the law. Now, I want you to play with this for a second, just in your own mind. Pick one thing you want, just one. Money, love, health, confidence, anything. Notice how you usually think it. I wish I had. I hope I can. Maybe one day I will. Feel how that sits in your body. It feels far away, right? It feels like you and the thing are in two different places. Now flip it. Say in your mind, very simply, I am the person who already has this. And then, instead of asking how, ask this. If this was already done, how would I feel right now? Would you breathe a little softer? Would your shoulders drop a bit? Would you stop checking the price of everything? Would you stop begging in your head? That difference in feeling, that tiny shift, is you moving from wanting to being. Neville said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled." Not the thought, the feeling. So when you do this, you are not just saying cute words, you are moving your inner center. Now, here is where people get scared. They say, "But if I act like I already have it, am I not lying to myself? Isn't this fake? Isn't this just pretending?" Neville answered this very clearly. He said, "Disregard appearances, conditions, in fact, all evidence of your senses that deny the fulfillment of your desire." He was not saying, "Ignore your bills, never pay anything, be careless." He was saying, "Do not let the current outer picture tell you who you are." The outer world is a delayed mirror. What you see now is old news. It is the echo of who you were being before. If you keep taking your identity from the echo, you just keep repeating the same song. So what do? You take your identity from your chosen state instead, from your inner I am. I am the one who always has enough. I am the one who is loved. I am the one who things work out for. And you let the outer world catch up. Neville said, "The signs follow, they do not precede." That means you will often not see proof first. You decide first. You feel first. You assume first. Then the signs, the money, the people, the chances, the luck follow that inner choice. So when you catch yourself checking every day, "Is it here yet? Is it here yet?" what you are really doing is this. You are saying to your deep mind, "It is not here. It is not here. It is not here." And your deep mind says, "Okay, if you say so." This is why wanting really hard can actually push your desire away. Wanting is often you staring at the lack of it. Being is you resting in the fact of it. Neville said, "You must make your future dream a present fact by assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Present fact, not future maybe. So how do you live like that, in a simple way, in real life? You do two main things. You keep coming back to the feeling, this is who I am now. You treat every event as part of the path, not proof that you failed. Neville said, live as though your wish were already fulfilled, and treat every event as the aid of its fulfillment. So let's say your desire is money. You decide, I am the person who always has more than enough. That is your new inner state. Then you go out into your day. Maybe a bill shows up. Old you would say, see, I knew it. I never get a break. I am always behind. New you, obeying the law, says, okay, even this is working for me. I don't know how yet, but I am still the person who always has enough. You stay in state. Or maybe something seems to go wrong. A payment is late, a plan falls through. Old you would say, it's not working. This Neville thing is fake. Nothing ever changes for me. New you says, interesting. This is just a bridge. My end is still the same. I am still the one who has more than enough. You do not argue with the outer world. You do not pretend the bill is not there. You just refuse to let the bill name you. That is living in the end. It is not fake it till you make it. It is be it until it shows. There is a big difference. Fake it till you make it feels like lying. Be it until it shows feels like trust. And when you live like this, something almost unfair starts to happen. Ideas come that you never saw before. People message you out of the blue. Small chances turn into big doors. Not because you are suddenly lucky, but because you are finally aligned. You are finally obeying the one law on purpose. Neville said, an assumption, though false, if persisted in, will harden into fact. So even if, right now, your new state feels a little fake, it does not matter. If you stay with it, if you gently come back to it again and again, your world has to harden around it. It has no choice. That is the law. So let's tie this together very simply. Wanting is you being the person who does not have it. Being is you choosing to be the person who already has it. The law of assumption responds to who you are being, and the fastest way to lock in who you are being is in that drowsy, sleepy state before you fall asleep. Because at night, your old story likes to come back. I messed up again. I'm still broke. Nothing is changing. If you leave that on repeat, you will wake up tomorrow in the same movie. But if you use that time on purpose, if you step into being in those last few minutes before sleep, you will start to see fast shifts. This is why I want you to go deeper than just hearing my words. I want you to actually feel this in your body. I want your nervous system to feel, oh, this is who I am now. And that is where the sleep meditation comes in. I don't want this to be just nice ideas you forget. I want this to drop into that deep place where your real assumptions live. So here is what you do next. Tonight, before you sleep, do not just scroll your phone and pass out. That is how you repeat the same life again and again. Instead, as you lie in bed, I want you to listen to my guided meditation that will appear on the screen now. It's super powerful because it guides you into that state akin to sleep Neville Goddard talked about. It gently moves you from wanting into being, and that's how you obey the one law. That is how you shift reality fast.